Did you miss us? Bacon Grizz, everybody, where you at? Hey, season. Well, this isn't the main show. That's in 2 days. But this is picked off. And we are back live with you. I am Denzel the Sniper. That guy right there is James JT Tatum. And whenever he decides to bring his ass on the screen, it's JJ Jenkins. You can see it's a nice evening out there in Silver Springs. No, he's not in Silver Springs. He's in Montgomery County. There he is. What's going on with you, JJ?
I'm actually in DC, but thank you. I'm from Montgomery County, but how you doing?
That's right. That's right. You're from
I
Montgomery
work in Montgomery County.
Yeah, that's right. That bank is right. You still have about 10 minutes up there, right?
What you mean? 10 minutes where?
You about 10 minutes from work, right?
I wish. I wish I had it that good. I'm about 30 minutes.
Yeah, you got a nice little commute. Anyway, James, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Sweet. That's
Nothing
what's
to be complaining about.
There he is. Hey, Bacon Grizz in the house. What's up, buddy? What's going on
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, we ready for some football, most definitely. So yeah, we are.
This thing updated. They have.
What updated?
I don't even. I'm like the toggle screen and stuff for StreamYard's a little different than I've ever seen before. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they definitely updated it.
Yeah, it totally updated. Yeah, but we're gonna get on to these picks real fast. Week 1 of the NFL season is upon us. It is football season all around. To those of y'all who missed the Sideline Sports Show last night, you can go and catch the episode of it. You can replay it however many times you want. It's on the Sideline Sports YouTube. Also, we're on X as well. Follow us on all of our great platforms. We did a Week 0 NCAA football recap. Talked a little bit about this weekend's games for the NFL, but we're about to go in full, about to dive into the weekend's games. And you know what? How better to start off than Thursday night football? So the reigning champs take on America's team on home turf. The Eagles are currently home favorites by 8.5 points. So do the Eagles' repeat campaign start 1-0, or does Dak and the Cowboys stun Philly? We're going to start off with James, the resident Eagles fan, and is going to watch his team raise a second banner.
Hey, we happy about the trade. Micah Parsons not in the division anymore. So I think it's going to be a big problem for the Cowboys because now you got to look somebody else that's going to generate the pass rush. You're going against the Eagles' offensive line. Jalen Hurts going to have all day to throw the ball. Saquon Barkley going to have a big game too. So I don't think it's going to be smooth for the Cowboys in that game. I think the Eagles going to dominate, and we're going to win. We're going to start 1-0. So I think it's going to be a big mistake when we look back that trade with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, seemingly, I know Michael Parsons out of the division right now. I really didn't think that I mean, don't get me wrong, for the Dallas defense, it does move the needle, it does. But as far as this game goes, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. But JJ, let's go on to you and get your thoughts about this game. Who you got, Cowboys or Eagles?
Well, I actually, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles too, but I think it's going to be a rusty game. Even the best teams have a little bit of a it was going to be one of those things where I feel like at the end of the game, we're going to look back and knowing ESPN and knowing sports media outlets looking for something to talk to was this game closer than it should be, like type of situation. But I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I do think Dallas is going to be a good team, but I don't think they're going to be able to win this game because, again, the trenches are still in favor of Philadelphia.
Yeah, all right, let's see here. Bacon says 28-17 for the Birds. Dallas hangs around, but Jalen and company pull it off. I'm going to go ahead and take
Bacon on that one, 28-17. I'll go
yeah, it actually sounds about right. I'm gonna say right around about that. I'm going to say about 28-17. I'm going to go with his on that one. The key to me is the Cowboys, they don't have a running game. The best runner, Rico Dowdle, is off elsewhere now, so this is going to be one of those seasons where Dak is going to be forced to throw the ball 50 times a game. And the Eagles still with that stout secondary back there, one of the top defenses in the league. That is just something that they can't afford to do, is to sit back and just pitch all game long. But that's what they're going to have to do because they don't have an existent running game. So I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. They get to raise the banner tomorrow night, and then their fans see them with the win. So I'm going to go with Bacon's score of 28-17. Moving on to our next game is going to be our Sao Paulo Brazil game on Friday on YouTube with the Chiefs as 3.5-point favorites against the Chargers. So who wins this one? I'm going to start off with JJ in this one. Who you got this one? You got the Chiefs or the Bolts?
It's actually kind of interesting matchup because, again, you have the reigning AFC title, a reigning AFC champions Chiefs, and then you have the Harbaugh-led Chargers. I'm actually going to go with the Chargers in this one because this is the type of game that even though it's, that team may be better than them, I have a lot of respect for my brother. And I have my brother's the type of person that can win a game like this against an opponent like this to start a season. I actually got the Chargers winning this game. I'm going to have to go 20-17.
All right. James, what do you think, man?
First of all, thank you to the NFL for choosing two teams that's not green in Brazil, where green is extremely hated on, like last year with the Eagles and the Packers. So I just want to say that first. Second, the Chiefs are going to win this game. They usually have back and forth with the Chargers, but in the end, the Chargers can't get over the hump against the Chiefs. It always happens that way. So I think this game, Xavier Worthy going to have a big game. They have Rashee Rice suspended, so he's really their number one receiver. He is a deep threat. So I think they're going to get him the ball a lot, and that's what we're going to see. We're going to see the Mahomes to Worthy action in this game, and I think they're going to win, like 31-24.
All right. Okay, so at the beginning of the day, this game kind of messed with me because something told me to pick the Chargers and that the Chiefs were going to start off the year with a letdown. But at the end of the day, they are the Chargers, and every single week you kind of don't know which team you're going to get. Love Jim Harbaugh, always have. But this is the kind of game that's going to be. It's going to be actually shockingly close. I'm actually going to take the Chiefs 30-27 on this one. Xavier Worthy is due for a big game. Mahomes is still Mahomes until further notice. I like the Chiefs in this one. They're going to start off 1-0. The Chargers will get. I can see something happening like a missed field goal as time expired by the Chargers. So
That'll be classic.
I'm going to take Chiefs 30-27.
I think it's time for Justin to step it up and win against this team. It's time. Everyone else around him has been able to, so I'm looking at him like, you've had so much time. When are we going to see that guy that we've been talking about for the last 5-6 years?
Exactly. And so with that being said, moving on to our next game, and that is the Texans at Rams. Rams currently 2.5-point home faves. Quarterback Matt Stafford is expected to start. So can the Texans roll in the LA and get the W, or will Rams house be too much? James, starting with you.
I think the Rams are going to win. I think they got a lot of weapons offensively. Texans got a good defense, but experienced coach, experienced quarterback. I think they start off with the win, and I think Puka Nacua are going to have a big game. He is a really good wide receiver, so I think it's going to be the Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford show, and then Jared Verse going to cause a turnover on the other side. So I feel like it's going to be 34-27.
All right. And JJ, who you got? Texans or Rams? I think he's okay. He's off camera now.
He's taking a commercial break.
He took a commercial break. Okay, he took a commercial break. Well, we're still on the air. With this one, of course, I have to roll with my Texans. However, I won't be surprised if we do drop this game because of the reasons James just said. Stafford, he may be 36 years old, but I've always said it. I'll continue to say it. A healthy Stafford can cut you in half, So, and it's him. Exactly. It can cause some, Puka Nacua can definitely cause some headaches in the secondary as well, getting free and open field. We don't know what the Texans offensive line is going to be this year. So my shit's going to be puckered up whenever he gets past that offensive line. So
Jared Verse. Yep.
Yeah, Jared Verse has been, definitely he's the future of edge rushers. You know what I mean? So, but I'm of course going to go with Houston this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop this game, but I'm going to take Houston in a close one. I'm going to say 27-24. Okay, JJ, who you got? Texans or Rams?
My apologies about that. I got a call, but I'm actually gonna go with the Rams because I think right now they are the team that's looking a little. I feel like is much more complete right now, but I don't think there's not going to be anything for Houston to frown on. But I've always been keeping an eye on the Rams. Even last year, they could run the football very well, which
Yep.
has been something that Houston up and down with towards the end of the season. But I think Stafford, I think he got Puka back. I think Cooper's back too, and I think that they're going to win this game. I got them winning. What's that? I'm going to say 24-21.
You like that line? Rams 2.5.
Well, you know me and lines and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I could take that. I mean, if I said they're going to win 24-21, that's three
Not a
right there.
bad line, really. It's not a bad line. But we'll move on to it, and we don't have to talk too much about this next one. Listen, okay, the Saints have the most absolute dog shit quarterback room in
It's
the
actually a good
league.
game.
They spit they scare nobody. However, yes, they are playing the Cardinals, and we don't know what Cardinals team we're gonna get. Spencer Rattler has been named the starter for the New Orleans Saints. Can the Redbirds take over New Orleans? James, who do you got?
I actually think this game is going to be better than people expect. I think that this is a game where there's going to be a lot of points because it's two teams that are pretty bad defensively. I think that the Cardinals are going to come away with the win. I think it's going to be 38-35 Cardinals.
30-35. All right, JJ, who you got? Cardinals or Saints?
Wow. It is going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of points. I think there's going to be some turnovers, of course, because these quarterbacks and these teams are going to be figuring it out. But I like the Cardinals to win this game. I'm going to go 28-24.
28-24. All right.
I respect it.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals in this one. However, the Saints just may put up a bit of a fight. It may be a 3-point game at the half, but I think the Cardinals pull away in the second half. I'm going to take the Cards 24-14 in this one. Kyler Murray's got to get Marvin Harrison Jr. going absolutely. For the Saints to even have a shot to win this game, you got to get Olave going. You got to get Alvin Kamara going most definitely. Alvin Kamara is entering year 9. That's actually pretty crazy to to think about. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Cardinals in this one, 24-14. All right, and in our next game, Colts are 1.5 home faves against the Dolphins. You know what? I'm gonna start with JJ since he's the betting expert. Excuse me, the betting expert. Do you like that line 1.5? Colts?
No, I don't.
Thank you. I saw something wrong with that when I made this threat. But go ahead, man. This game.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I like that one because I actually have the Dolphins winning this game, even though I know everybody thinks, even though we're not going to say Flacco's not a bad quarterback to have as a fallback option to try to start an opening game. But um, I do think that the Dolphins are going to win this game. The Dolphins definitely are a team that traditionally can get some wins in the beginning of the season.
Hey, hang on.
So I'm going to go with them.
Did you say Flacco? He's actually back in Cleveland. Daniel Jones is the starter for the Colts.
Oh, my apologies on that one. Well, yeah, that's kind of interesting, even more so now that they're a favorite given,
Yep.
who it is. But I'm going to go with, because I believe Tua is back, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Tua is back.
Yeah, they traditionally do well in earlier months. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this one. But that is seems like a trap.
It does, actually. James, who you got, man?
I don't know. I think the Indianapolis Colts are in for a rough year. So I'll go ahead and pick the Dolphins to win this game. I just don't know about Anthony Richardson. When you lose your job, basically, to Daniel Jones as a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, I think that's a big problem. So I think the Colts are going in a really wrong direction right now. They don't really know where they're going. I just think it's going to be a rough year for the Colts. So I think the Dolphins come out, a couple deep balls to Tyreek Hill, usual stuff you see from them early in the season, and the Dolphins win.
Yeah, I know that there's like the kind of the team issues with Tyreek Hill and everything like that, but absolutely no one outside of, and maybe not even in the state of Indiana, thinks that Daniel Jones or AR5 is better than Tua. I've just got them as the better team, the Dolphins. And who knows what they're going to be, but Tua has to get going. He has to get Waddle going early, get David A. Chain going up the middle. But I don't like that line. I really don't. I really don't see how they are 1.5 home faves. That does. You're right, JJ. That does sound like a trap. But I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one. The Colts, they might keep it close because do have Jonathan Taylor on the other side. But I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one 20-13. Next game. So, Stephon Diggs back in his old division, the AFC East.
This is a good game.
Can Las Vegas stun Foxborough? James, who do you got?
Man, this is going to be a good game. I know people not used to seeing these teams be talked about in a positive way, but I think there was a lot of improvement this off season with the Raiders, with the Patriots as well. So I actually think both of these teams this season got a chance to go to the wild card if everything goes well. I think this game I'm going to pick New England Patriots to win. They're playing at home. I think with Vrabel, he's going to bring more stability to the team, and I think that Drake May going to take another step. He's going to show improvement there, and I think they're going to win this game. It's going to be a close game, 27-24.
All right. James has got this as one of the better games of the day. What do you think, JJ?
I do think it's a fun game. I do think it's going to be a game that actually is going to be better than people anticipate because I wish Kendall was on here. I'm actually pretty excited to see what Drake May is going to do this year. And I do know when it comes to teams and knowing how to get prepared for games and figuring it out, Pete Carroll is one of the better ones out there. So I do agree with James. I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup. And I am going to take the Patriots in this one because I do believe in Drake May. And I think this is going to be a very solid year for him. And he'll start out with a pretty good game. I've got them winning 31-27.
But I think the Raiders improve a lot, too. I think Geno, big upgrade with quarterback. They bring in Genty, so the Raiders improve a lot as well.
They have. I mean, this game really could go either way. I'm going to take New England, although if it were in Vegas, I probably would have taken Vegas. I really like Drake May. I really do. And I think this is I think Drake May, if they play it right, like this is kind of going to be his Bo Nix season. The same that Bo Nix had last year. You know,
Right.
you just had to get some guys around him. Always loved the dude all last year. But yeah, I'm going to take the Pats in this one. I'm going to take the Pats actually 26-21. It is going to be a close one. It's probably going to come down to a potential game-winning drive and a Geno turnover. You know, although Geno will hang in there tough all game long, but in the end, I got the Pats starting out 1-0. Vrabel's team gets it done. And we'll go on to our next game here. So the NFL wasted absolutely zero time having Aaron Rodgers face his old team at his old stadium. His Steelers are 2.5-point road faves at the Jets. We'll start off with JJ. Who do you got in this one?
You know, it's funny, I got to get into this game. I don't really focus on these Pittsburgh Steelers, at the end of the day, but I will say, at the end of the day, I do think that this is going to be a very interesting game. I just hope it does not end the same way it did for Aaron when he started his career as a Jet, because at the end of the day, that is ultimately what took out the pizzazz of this game. If God willing, hopefully I get a chance to stay healthy, I am going to take the Steelers in this game, but I'm going to have them I'm gonna take them to only win by about 1 point because I think it's gonna come down to a field goal from them because I think that they're going to. It's gonna be one of those things where Aaron's gonna do his classic come from behind or get the game-sealing field goal, and I think they're going to win 28. No, not 28. 31-30.
31-30. This is one of those ones where, I mean, when it comes to the Jets, you kind of figure because they got the longest playoff drought in the league currently, and I think about this will be the 14th season if they don't make it, 15th season. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, if you're on the Jets, right, and like you don't succeed, we won't hold it against you because it's the Jets. But if you turn the franchise around, then kudos to you. I don't know what Justin Fields is going to do. I still like Fields, but he's got his hands full. I do like that potential rushing attack between him and Breece Hall. I will say that much. He does have Garrett Wilson as well. But at the end of the day, I've got the Steel City coming through. They have a TJ Watt on the other side until further notice. I'm going to take the Steelers in this one, 21-17. James, who you got?
I'm going to pick the Steelers too. I think that Justin Fields in his career have not really shown the consistency. And the Steelers team also knows him very well since he was with them last season. So I feel like they know how to defend the Jets offensively. And I just think the Steelers are a little bit better team. So I think they're going to win this one.
All right. Absolutely. All right. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and go on to our next matchup. Giants at Commanders. Commanders 6.5-point home favorite. JJ,
I do just want to really quick about the other game. Not for nothing. Even if they didn't have Justin Fields last year, what's it called, James? They still play Lamar Jackson twice a year, so they still know how to defend against a guy that knows how to use his legs in a matchup.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. So, but meanwhile, JJ, Commanders 6.5-point home faves. That line look pretty good to you?
I don't like it because at the end of the day, I understand that they're coming in with a lot of hype and a lot of, there are people considering them a potential team to challenge the reigning champion Eagles, but I don't like that line to start out a game because I believe Russell Wilson is starting. And that's not a quarterback I can sit back and be like, boom, we dogging right now off the rip in the first game of the season, especially when your team's defense is still figuring it out as well. So I think this is I won't like that spread. I'll actually take the Giants to cover this game, even though I think they lose 27-24.
Yeah. Looks like Bacon agrees with you also. I agree with them. Their games typically are slugfest. But James, who you got in this one?
I actually think the Giants are going to win this game. The Giants, much more improved team than people realize they are. I don't see them being as a playoff team, but in a division game, I think they're going to show up and they're going to win this. Russell Wilson, not really at the level where he was in his prime, but he's still much better than their quarterback situation that they have of last few years. So I think the Washington Commanders coming in alpha last season a little bit too high, and they think they are already like on that level, but I think they're going to be more humbled this season. I think they're going to take steps.
There you go. Now we can hear you. Okay. All right. Yeah, James, we couldn't hear you.
James?
You can't hear. It's funny because it's saying you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Can't hear anything. See if you can unplug it and plug it back.
The Commanders coming off last season, a little bit too much confidence. I think it's going to be a different situation this season. I don't think they're going to be performing in that way like they did. They surprised a lot of people here. But the Giants, I think, is up to the task, and I think they're going to win. It's going to be upset.
All right. And I'm gonna it is gonna be a close one. I'm gonna take the Commanders actually because usually the Giants and the Commanders deliver no matter how either a team, if whether they're down teams or they're in contention or they're top teams, Giants Commanders always are a slugfest. But I'm going to take Washington in this one. The Giants do cover. I'll say 28 to 24 Washington. Going on to our next game here. Jaguars are 3.5-point home faves hosting the Panthers. So can Travis Hunter have a stellar debut versus Bryce Young and the Panthers? Is it going to be someone else who stands out? JJ, your thoughts about this game?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting because there is a lot of questions and a lot of potential promise between both of these teams. Everybody's looking forward to seeing Travis Hunter play both sides because we haven't seen that since Dion, I can recall, or maybe a little bit after him. But I am going to go with the Panthers here because I think think Bryce is going to take a nice step. You know, he actually started to get into a flow last year, and I think Carolina is actually starting to feel like they maybe can build something because they didn't have the best defense, but they had a capable defense. And then they now have a quarterback that they actually have seen growth in that they can build around. I'm going to go with the Panthers here, and I'm actually take them to definitely cover that spread because I think they'll win 24-21.
All right, James?
I believe in the – well, I'm not going to say I believe in the Panthers, but I do believe in Bryce Young. I believe in his early career was written off a lot, but I think last season, toward the end of the season, he showed what he can be capable of. So I feel like it's going to be a good season for him, and I think that he's going to surprise more people. And the Jaguars, I don't think, are particularly great. So I think it's a good opportunity for the Panthers to start 1-0, and I think they win this game.
All right. I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. I think that this is going to be Young's his breakout. He did have a pretty good second half last season. The Panthers, keep in mind, they play in the NFC South. They're fortunate enough to play in the NFC South, and I honestly believe that they are going to contend with the Bucs for the NFC South crown. But it starts at week 1. I think Travis Hunter does score. I think he does score in this ball game. So if you got a prop bet, I would take him for a touchdown. I might have to run that final play by JJ down there. But I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. I'm going to say 27-20 Carolina. In our next game, the Battle of the Buckeye State. Young Burrow versus Old Man Flacco. Now you can talk about Joe Flacco, JJ. So who wins this one? Bengals are 4.5-point road faves at Cleveland.
Yes, so we got these battle of the little brothers. It's often nice to see them play because at the end of the day, the older brothers get a chance to get a feel for who they are. Now, one older brother actually is looking pretty good, and they have a great quarterback, paid their wide receivers, kept them there. And then we got the other one who didn't have exactly this ideal offseason, even though they picked up a really talented young rookie quarterback to start. I'm actually going to go with the Bengals here. I'll take that spread because I think that I do like Burrow. We always have this conversation because he's compared to my quarterback, but I definitely believe in him. And I think that they're going to do pretty good to start the season. I think they're winning. I think they're going to win 35-21.
All right. James, who you got, man?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Cleveland Browns are a terrible team. I don't see them winning a game in the first 8 games. I looked at the schedule, and I don't know. I don't see anything promising for them. So I think the Bengals are going to win this game.
All right. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one as well. Don't be surprised if it is close because at the end of the day, Burrow may have to throw them out of trouble because while the Bengals did sign Trey Hendrickson to an extension, he pretty much is the defense until further notice. So I'm going to take the Bengals in surprisingly a shootout. I'm going to say 30. I'm going to say 30 to, well, not too bad of a shootout, 30-24 Cincinnati. All right, and then on to our next game. Buccaneers 2.5 road faves at Falcons. So Mayfield and the Bucks seek to repeat as NFC South champs. Can the Dirty Birds spoil Week 1 for them? James, who do you got, Bucks or Dirty Birds?
I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this game, man. They're gonna be a really good team this season. They added another wide receiver from Ohio State. Is going to be another dangerous weapon for this team when Mike Evans is still there. Bucky Irvin is still here. So I think Baker Mayfield going to be dealing in this game. They win.
All right. And JJ, what about you, man?
I concur. I like the Falcons, even though I think they're going to win the division. But I think Tampa Bay, we'll talk into that on like Friday. But I do like Baker in this game. That man's on a roll, and he has a full control of this offense. He's much more mature. It's going to be a good game, though, because the Atlanta Falcons defense is pretty freaking good. I do think some turnovers are going to happen, but I've got them winning. I got them. Actually, it's going to be a relatively not a shootout to me, but I think it's going to be like 27-20.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take the Bucks in this one as well. Mayfield, I feel like he's coming due for our most valuable player. But with that being said, I'm going to take them in this ball game. He's figured out the offense. He's been, the leader of this team for the better part of 3 years now. Stout running game. You still got Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, I think he's still out actually, but you got the receiver from the draft and everything, and then they also got a solid defense as well. I just do not see the Falcons do anything. No one knows what the Falcons are going to be this year. Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix, which one is it? I think it's going to be a quarterback carousel that season. And with that being said, until further notice, their offense pretty much is Bijan Robinson. But I'm going to take the Buccaneers in this one. I'll take the Bucks 27-20. And we'll go on to our next one here. So the Falcons are 2.5. These 2.5 point lines, man. 2.5 point road faves. Yeah, pretty much that's what it is. But they travel to travel the rival Seahawks. So can Purdy and the Niners waltz into Seattle and silence the 12th man? James, who do you got?
I got the Red Cowboys winning this game. I think they're a more talented team. You have Christian McCaffrey coming back. He is a great player. Don't forget what he did 2 seasons ago. He was injured last year. They're getting him back. He pretty much end of the team. So I think it's going to make a big impact, and the 49ers win.
All right. And I'm going to go on ChatGPT. I'm going to go on ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to ask him, hey, can you make a picture of a red cowboy? And I'm going to let you know how that shit looks. JJ, who you got, man? The Niners or Hawks?
Yeah, that rat cowboy thing was kind of funny because I'm also looking at the fact he's basically saying they're a bunch of choke artists, which is hilarious.
They haven't won anything like the Cowboys, so they're the same.
It is funny. But I'm actually going to go with the actual 49ers, though, as well, because I do think that I do have some questions about the Seahawks, but we'll see. It could be a surprise, though, because Kenneth Walker's healthy, and so is Zachary Charbonnet, but I'm actually going to go with the 49ers with CJ McCaffrey, Chris McCaffrey. Dang. Word. Down low.
CJ McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to take the Niners in this one. Yes, they have JSN. They just got still formidable Cooper Kupp, also K9 as well, and a solid defense. But we don't know what that quarterback situation is going to be. They got Drew Lock. I think he's going to be the starter. They also have rookie Jalen Milroe as well. But I like the Niners. They're as the more established team in this one. If only they can stay healthy. I'm going to take the healthy. The back to being healthy Niners in this one. I'm going to have them winning 24-21. And now for a potential game of the week, another 2.5 line. Lions are 2.5 road dogs to Green Bay. So the Packers begin their quest to bring to the NFC North crown back to Green Bay. But can the Lions hang enough points for the win? JJ, who you got? Lions or Packers?
Sorry. Very interesting game, though. Micah Parsons coming over. Probably not going to get too much, but he's going to be a talking point of this game. Interesting. Green Bay is favorite. I'm actually going to go with the Lions here because I still believe in I believe in the trenches. I believe in the line. I believe in enforcing your will. I think Green Bay is going to get there. I think Green Bay is going to figure it out and be obviously a player in the NFC North and try to bring back the crown. But I actually think the Lions are going to take this one. So I absolutely would take that spread 2.5 in favor of the Lions.
All righty. James, who you got, man?
I think it's a really good move for Green Bay to go get Micah Parsons, but I think the matchup is not in their favor in this game. I think that when you look in Micah Parsons' career, what do people always say about him? His weakness is in the run game. And that is where the Detroit Lions can have advantage because they have good offensive line there. They have Jahmyr Gibbs there, and they have Montgomery. So I think they're going to run the ball effectively. And good of a addition as it is for the team. It's really going to make Green Bay better, but I do not think they are favorites to win the NFC North. I think the Lions are still the best team, and I think they're going to win.
Yeah, it's still the Lions division until someone else says otherwise. The only obstacle, there it is. ChatGPT did it, didn't he? Red Cowboys.
The Red Cowboys.
Oh man, hey, you gotta put that in the chat, man. You gotta put that in the chat, bro. But the biggest question is going to be how are the new coordinators going to do it? Shout out to Bacon Grizz for that comment, by the way. I ain't stealing your shit, bro. Is how the new coordinators are going to do for the Lions. I'm going to take the safe bet and take the Lions in this one. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Green Bay pull it off in the final minute, but until then, I'm going to pick the Lions. I'm going to say Lions 28-26. And now for Sunday Night Football, you know what, JJ, take it away. It's your team, buddy.
Oh man, I was looking forward to seeing you tee it up, bro. But you can rock it out for me. I'm gonna come from behind. I like seeing you talk about the teams.
So you wanna go last then?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right then. All right. Hey JT, you got it, man. Ravens Bills rematch of last year's AFC divisional round. Who you got?
There's going to be a lot of motion in this game because you remember last year the way this game ended with Mark Andrews and that whole situation that happened. So I feel at this time, the Buffalo Bills is probably going to be the team to beat in the AFC. I think it will be their year. But this time, I think they're not going to win this game because I think it's a lot of emotion. I think it's early in the season. It's week 1, and the Ravens been thinking about this game for a long time. And they're going to go get the revenge. So I'm picking the Ravens winning a close game, 30-26.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens in this one. Something told me take the Bills. But the Ravens, they're going for revenge on this one. It was a hell of a game in the last matchup for it to end like that. You know that's fresh on Mark Andrews' mind, but at the end of the day, the Ravens are going to be looking to go out there and win a ball game. And first things first, they have to establish. Well, they are established in the division, but for the season, they have to impose their will earlier on, not have to, fall behind 1-3 and whatnot, and have to play. But they got to hit the ground and run. And we don't know what Burrow's going to do. We pretty much know what Cleveland is. We pretty much know what Pittsburgh is, But I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to say Ravens 30-27, last second field goal walk off. JJ, who you got?
Well, first of all, we ain't thinking about last year at all. We don't even talk about it. We have moved on from it. It's one loss like any other one. Trust me, because I've watched and followed every beat writer when they talk about last year's last year. Number 2, it's not necessarily revenge. It's just another game. If it's just another game, we only focusing on the next game. We always play with emotion, whether it be in the beginning, whether who we face. So at the end of the day, I am confident that we're going to be there. I don't know, which is interesting that you say the Bills are the team to beat. That's an interesting topic because I do see their greatness, but I'm not so sure if I'm ready to say that. But I am going to take the Ravens in this game, and I am going to take the Ravens to win. And I think it's going to be a game where it feels like every time like we have a game against a good team, we end up being pretty controlling in this game. And then everybody's like, wow, the Ravens, look at them and stuff. So I kind of think that's going to be the course. I've got the Ravens winning 31-14. I think they're going to have a really
Ooh.
good game. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to do what we do, which is rely in the beginning of the year. We're not going to make the same mistake like we did last year. We're going to get that running game going. And I
Yeah.
think if we get that running game going, I think we're going to be able to do some really good hardcore damage. So I think it's not going to be indicative of Buffalo Bills. It's just going to be Baltimore's going to look like the team that is already playing in pretty much regular season form. So I got this win at 34-14. But I think the score at halftime is going to be like 14-10 or 14 or 10-7. Because I think it's going to be in the second half. Last year was indicative was Derek really got it going in the second half and closed out games. And he kind of did that. He started in the beginning with them, but it's going to be into that. I think it's going to be the same thing. They're going to take a break.
And also keep in mind for everybody out there, this is the matchup between the quarterback who won MVP versus the quarterback who people thought should have won MVP. And last but not least, we got Monday Night Football.
The real MVP was Saquon, but you can go on.
Oh no, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Well, I've said this. It's just you got Josh Allen who won it, and some people say Lamar should have won a third. But man,
It is what it is.
yeah, Monday Night Football, Saquon. Whoa, got me thinking about Saquon. Monday Night Football, Vikings are 1.5 point road faves at Bears. This is JJ McCarthy's regular season debut. So can he get his first career win, or will Caleb Williams spoil the party? JJ, who you got?
Oh man, excuse me. Sorry, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Caleb Williams led Bears, pink nail polish and all, because I think right now I don't know what to make of JJ McCarthy, and I really wasn't high on him until when he came out the draft. So naturally, I think he's going to start off with a little bit of a struggle against the Bears defense that isn't bad. They're pretty decent. And I'm actually going to go with them.
All right. And James, who you got?
I think the Chicago Bears are going to win as well. I think that Caleb Williams is going to show some improvement. You have an offensive coach like Ben Johnson there. They got pieces offensively. They got DJ Moore there. They got DeAndre Swift. They got players around him. It's just a matter of putting it together now. So I think the Bears are going to be a much improved team. Vikings, it's like JJ said, he's a rookie quarterback. You don't really know what he's going to provide for the team. And we kind of know what the Vikings are. They're a good, solid team, but they still don't got enough to, really put themselves in the top tier. Even last year, they went 11, 12, 13 games, and then we still know what's going to happen. So it's the Justin Jefferson show there, but you got to have more than that to be a great team. So I think it's going to be the Bears starting the season with the W, and the Vikings is not a team that I'm particularly high on for the season.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Bears in this one. Between Roma Dunze, they have rookie Luther Burden is the third. Let's see, Colston Loveland also. and Caleb Williams, who should be improved over the offseason. Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator. I'm really curious to see how this offense is going to do under Ben Johnson. Of course, he was the one that made the Lions offense great in the last some odd seasons. And we don't know what JJ McCarthy is going to be. So it's real hard to sit up here. It's hard to sit up here and say he gonna go out there and win the game. It's real hard to say he gonna go out there and blow him out on the road, no less. Not only that, but as much as people kind of zone in on the offense of the Bears, that defense is still more than stout. And at the end of the day, that's who I'm going to take. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Now it might be close. It still might be close, but I'm going to take the Bears 27. I'm going to say 27-22. It's going to be one of those odd scores. Let's see. Bacon Grid says will McCarthy get benched for Wentz though?
Not this early in the season, but maybe later down the line.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. The crew is back. Be sure and follow us. Gauntlet Sports Media on YouTube, Sideline Sports on YouTube, also Sideline Sports on X, as well as Instagram, Facebook, and we got the 2-for-1 special, not one but two TikToks, Sideline Sports and Sideline One Sports. And we will see you all on Friday for the official season 5. G5, baby. Gauntlet season 5. Later.
Shout out Craig, Marshall, and my Unconventional Kings fam.
Yes, Unconventional Kings fam all day long.
Yes.